What's up guys, this is Brian with Geared Science here for Lowbrow Customs to talk about the replacement fork tubes for your Harley front end from Custom Cycle Engineering. They come in a show chrome or a hard chrome. Hard chrome is going to last a lot longer, and that's what we've got here. So let's dive in, I'll show you how to do this. You're going to need your seal kit. Make sure you order the seal kit. Do not forget to do that, it's very important. I like these James Gasket seal kits that Lowbrow carries because they include everything you need. You're also going to need a punch, flathead screwdriver, and this is very important, a 6mm Allen wrench. You're also going to need a dead blow or a rubber mallet, something like that. Fork oil, some brake cleaner, and a pan for draining the oil in. It also wouldn't hurt to get a copy of the climber manual for your bike. They're good to have around, and we're trying to keep this to tools that everyone has laying around. And for these fork caps to the end here, just go ahead and use an adjustable wrench. Step one, you're gonna take your 6mm Allen wrench and you're gonna crack loose the Allen on the bottom. Just loosen it up, leave it in there for now. We'll remove it fully later. Next, we're gonna take off the fork cap here and pull the spring out. Most of us are gonna have just this kind of setup. Just put a rag around your fork tube and put it in your vise. Just be careful not to over tighten it. Make sure you're very careful when you're pulling this out, because there's a spring in there, it's spring loaded, and if you're not careful, you'll catch yourself in the eye. Told you. So we're gonna go ahead and just pull this off, wipe it down real quick, and we're gonna set that to the side. Now we're gonna go ahead and just drain this out. Next, what we're gonna do is pop off this chrome dust cap. Now we're going to pull off this dust seal here and kind of work your flathead screwdriver around here. And that just slides right out. Take that, set it aside, throw it out later. Next, you're going to take off this, there's a retaining clip. Just kind of fish your screwdriver in here and carefully pry that out. There we go. Again, we're not going to need that, put that in our garbage pile. Now, it's time to fully remove that Allen head bolt on the bottom. And now that it's loose, should come out no problem. And make sure you save this. You're gonna wanna clean that off because we're gonna reinstall that. Now it's time to remove the seal. So we're gonna kind of pump this out until it pops out with it. You might wanna do this over your drain pan because some more oil is gonna come with it. There we go. All right, you're gonna wanna make sure you pull your damper rod and spring from your old fork tube. So now that we've pulled our old tube out, we're gonna wanna make sure in the bottom of the slider, mine was actually pretty stuck in there. You'll have this oil lock, don't lose this, make sure you pull it out of there because you're gonna wanna look at it and clean it. Now we're gonna wanna take these old seals off of here. Again, put this one in our garbage pile along with the old washer. Now, it's really important, there are two bushings that are on here. There's one right here, then there's another one that clips on the bottom here that we want to pull off. This one you got to kind of separate, and that comes right off. Okay, so now you want to make sure you inspect all of your pieces, make sure nothing is cracked or broken with them, because you may need to replace these. This one looks okay, and this one looks good as well. So I'm going to go ahead and reuse these. Now that you have your damper rod out and your spring out, just kind of go ahead and give it a once over, clean it up a little bit, wipe it down, make sure nothing's broken. It also wouldn't hurt to take your fork slider and clean it out a bit, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to be messing with these too often. I don't know when the next time I'm going to get into this thing is going to be. You're going to want to make sure you inspect your new fork tube, make sure you ordered and received the correct one. You don't want to make it work if it's not the right one. Figure that out if you have to, but it's not safe to run the wrong tube with the wrong slider. So now we're ready for installation. They say it's a good idea in the book to coat your parts in a thin layer of fork oil. I just poured out a little bit in the cap here and I'm just kind of... So we're gonna take our damper rod, put the spring over it, then we want to slide it down the tube. It's kind of tricky to get your damper rod all the way down here without the spring falling off. So what I like to do is put it in here and kind of just gently slide it sideways. until it pops out on the end like that. So now we're gonna wanna take this bushing here and slide it over the new tube, just like so. And now it is time to put your new fork tube in the slider. You wanna make sure you have the oil lock over the damper, like so. And we're gonna just slide this in here, just like that. Now what I like to do is just kind of get your Allen head bolt started on the bottom of the damper rod, just so it doesn't move around or you don't misplace where you're at. You're also gonna wanna make sure you put on just a little bit of blue Loctite. Make sure you do not use red. Red's a little bit aggressive for this, and you wanna be able to get these off when you need them. So the order of installation up here is the bushing, which we already have installed. Next, you're gonna put your spacer washer. Then you're gonna wanna go ahead and put your oil seal on. And that just slides down like so. And to drive that in place, you're gonna wanna use a slide hammer. If you have a slide hammer, good for you. We're gonna use this piece of PVC pipe. Like I said, we're doing this video with things that most people would have laying around the garage. So we're gonna take this and really just drive it in there. And you're gonna wanna get it in there just far enough to where you can see the lip where the snap ring comes in. So drop your snap ring on, pinch it together, and kind of work it into the grooves with your screwdriver. And there we go. Next, put on the dust seal. So now we're gonna replace the spring in the tube. Now that your spring is in there, you're gonna wanna replace your oil. Check your climber for how much you need. Ours called for 9 ounces. If you bought extended tubes, your tubes should have come with this PVC spacer. So make sure you fully extend these. Go ahead and drop that in. Now we're gonna replace our fork caps. Now it's a good idea to replace your O-ring on the fork cap. Your James Gasket seal kit should have come with one. So go ahead and do that now. And then press down and get it started. So now I've got it started. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap another rag around here, put it in the vise. Remember, don't crunch this too tight in there. You don't wanna mess up your beautiful new tubes. There we go. Now you wanna go ahead and tighten this Allen on the bottom. It wouldn't hurt to use a small impact to get this done. Lastly, what you would wanna do is replace that chrome dust cover, this guy. But instead, I'm gonna go ahead and run these neat little gators. So I'm just gonna go ahead and slide this right over the tube, and there you have it. So go ahead and repeat the process for that next fork leg, and you'll be ready to go. Be sure to pick up your Custom Cycle Engineering extended or standard length fork tubes from Lowbrow Customs today.